Going to run through the top races this election day, starting with the race for governor.
The most recent polls last week showed Democrat Gretchen Whitmer with a slight lead over Republican Bill Schuette. But the Attorney General's camp was optimistic coming into Election Day.
Win or lose, Schuette will leave his post as AG. Democrat Dana Nessel and Republican Tom Leonard are running to replace him. Nessel is a former prosecutor from Detroit. Leonard is currently the Speaker of the State House. The most recent polls show they were neck and neck going into today.
In the race for Secretary of State, we have Democrat Jocelyn Benson up against Republican Mary Trader Lang. The polls show Benson with a slight lead. All of these races will likely be close. And you will have to flip your ballot over to vote on the biggest issues in this election. Those are those statewide proposals, including making recreational marijuana legal in Michigan.
Rick Albin has what you need to know about Proposal 1.
The first of three proposals that you'll be asked to vote on today is the question of making recreational marijuana legal in Michigan. Remember, this is separate from medical marijuana, which is already legal here. The title language of the bill says, quote, a proposed initiated law to authorize and legalize possession, use, and cultivation of marijuana products by individuals who are at least 21 years of age and older, and commercial sales of marijuana through state licensed retailers. If this initiative passes, it would set limits on possession and cultivation, allow for taxation, and change the penalties to reflect the change in law. Those who support the effort say that the current prohibition of marijuana doesn't work and that this would legalize and tax what they say is already happening in the state. Those opposed say the legalization would result in higher rates of teen use and drugged driving, resulting in higher insurance rates. The full text of the proposal and my To The Point program with both sides can be found at woodtv.com.
Coming up later on 24-Hour News 8 at noon, Rick will walk us through the other two proposals you'll see on your ballot.
We've talked about the big races and proposals for months, but there are several local issues too. In Kent County, you'll see an early childhood proposal is supposed to bring in more money for services for children younger than 5. You'll decide on a tax that would levy nearly $6 million in the first year. The tax would be 25 cents per $1,000 worth of property. It would go toward family resources and early screening to identify delays or disabilities in children.
The Ottawa Area Intermediate School District is asking for more money to build up programs there. It's a regional enhancement millage that would add an extra $226 per student to each school district within the ISD. The money would come with no strings attached, and it could go to any programs or projects that district leaders choose. Coming up, we'll run through the biggest national races and what those outcomes could mean for the country.
24-Hour News 8 is your local election headquarters. We'll be streaming live coverage for you on Facebook from 8 to 10. Then at 10 o'clock, we'll be live on TV. We have nearly a dozen crews fanned out all across West Michigan to make sure that you are up to date on the very latest results. We'll start bringing you live reports coming up tonight at 5.